Well, then, let's begin the conversation tonight. The party will begin the state congress tomorrow morning from several states. Although this comes amidst several issues that generated crises across several states, from Imo to Rivers to Delta. Even Kogi has its own share of the issues, and Kwara State, there are several issues rocking the conduct of the past congresses of the party. This is perhaps the first time the party will be holding any of such elections in the past 3 years, and no national convention has been held by the party since 2014. It's stated in the party's constitution that a national convention should be held at least once in 2 years. So, will this be a determining factor for the party ahead of the 2019 general elections? Let's get the conversation started now. Joining me from our Abuja studio is Mr. Kassim Afegbua, a chieftain of the APC. Thank you so much, Mr. Afegbua, for your time on the program. Let me get your take on what has become a major crisis on the hands of the APC. A lot of some school of thought in the party had said, look, do not go into congresses and elections or a convention when you're preparing for a crucial general election such as the 2019 election. Was it a miscalculation for the party to have delved into these congresses, considering the huge crises that bedevil all of these congresses?
Well, thank you, Seun. It is normal for political parties to carry out congresses, to elect, officers of the party from the ward level to the local government, then to the state level. Then before you have the national convention, which, organizes and elects, national officers of the party. For me, the provisions of the APC constitution is very clear. The time for congresses are already known, and so having the convention, the congresses at this period is just in line with the provisions of the constitution. Aware that before now there has not been any exercise of this nature in the last 4 years. So I think the APC is just dancing to the tune of its constitution. But of course, you should expect that there will be crises, because people will not just take the outcome of congresses just like that if the processes do not follow the laid-down procedure, as contained in the constitution of the party, or by extension, the rules and regulations guiding the conduct of the congresses.
You have criticized the current leadership of the APC, and at some point you have even shared some of your fears as regarding the state of the nation. As it stands right now, what do you think the party is going through? Because some people have said this is a clear case of a strong signal of an impending implosion in the APC.
Well, the APC had every opportunity to put its house in order. They had every opportunity to also follow the laid-down procedures and the constitutional provisions of the APC. But for quite some time, there was some kind of political inertia, such that the leadership, was not proactive enough to do or engage the party organs and the machinery, of the party to do the appropriate thing that to strengthen the party coming out from the 2015 elections. It does appear that after the elections, the APC was not able to manage its victory, conscious of the fact that so many groups came together to form the party, and so rather than build some kind of party cohesion, the leadership was, neither here nor there. So I think the APC is just waking up from its slumber, conscious of the fact that it has to confront election in 2019, and they needed to have a stronger leadership, both at the national level and at the state chapters, in order to, present a formidable party before the Nigerian electorates come 2019. For me, the crisis we are witnessing in the APC as outcome of the congresses are premeditated. Premeditated in the sense that I personally thought that after learning from or seeing the lack of internal democracy in other political parties by especially the PDP, as it were, prior to 2015, I thought the APC would have learned their own bitter lessons from that. But as we speak, you still hear people talk about unity list. You hear people talk about affirmation, consensus, and you hear imposition. All of these political lexicons are not in the best interest of internal democracy of any political party. And so, for me, I have my reservations about the outcome of the congresses. It is not participatory enough. It is not inclusive enough. And that is why you see all manners of reported cases of violence, crises here and there, and now leaving the party with no option than to set up an appeal panel that will look into all those crises that came up as a result of those congresses.
So let's quickly tell our viewers right now, news just coming in from Imo State, one of the states that have seen crises trailing the congresses that are held in the past 2 weeks. So there is a court papers that have been that we can find and see right now has been reported from Imo State. It's an order of interim injunction from a federal high court in the Owerri Judicial Division, suit number FHC /OW/CS/69/20, and the court, the intention of this is to stop tomorrow's state congress in Imo State. It is said that this court injunction is being filed by the Okorocha faction of the APC, which approached the court asking it to stop the congresses or the congress tomorrow following the controversies trailing the Ward and the LG Congress. However, the other faction, which is the Imo APC coalition group, says Okorocha faction is acting on his own, as no court has served them any notice of any injunction stopping the congresses, as the congress will still go on as scheduled. News just coming in, a court injunction filed to stop the congress from Imo State tomorrow, an order of interim injunction from the federal high court in Owerri. We see how that pans out, but we take a moment on the program. It seems that these stories are developing from across the nation as respect the APC to hold a state congress tomorrow. We'll tell you more and break it down for you more when we return from this break, everyone. Join us again.